guys, uh, welcome to Bad Kingdom. My name's Eli Manaya, and I'm a week behind, as usual. I was supposed to stream last week, and I got really ill, so I spent that week in bed. And before that, I was in New York for New York Con, which was awesome. But fuck, some of you might have actually caught when I tried streaming from New York Con. That did not work out particularly well. Um, that was a disaster. More planning than what I put in is required for something like that. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to just get back in the swing of things with this Eris painting, and we'll talk a little bit about the painting. This is actually part of a collection coming out to support my next Kickstarter project, which is another collection of it's a book of Greek tales, which I'm calling micro transcriptions right now because they're kind of like these epic stories distilled down into very short prose. My writer, Bill Ebling, is very, very good at doing that. He has this way of kind of getting to like the juicy bits, and so like a few years ago I'd visit him, and we'd be talking, but hey, do you know this story? And he'd tell me in like 5 minutes, the Trojan War and whatnot, and I was like, hey man, you should write that down, and I'll draw it. And almost 10 years later, we finally put the first book together. Not that it took 10 years to do, we just didn't get around to it till just recently. And we put together a small prototype, which was fun, though not well made. We're doing a Kickstarter now to get the whole series made, which we're really excited about. So Eris is actually, though it's funny, she's probably the most important figure in the first story because she's the one that causes all the trouble, but she's actually not in a lot of the story. So I want to spend some time with her and do a neat little portrait. This is what you're seeing here. So yeah, I wanted to get this one to a place where it was like you could kind of see where I was going. I spent a while, actually I saved it so you can see it, trying to kind of dig it out of the middle tones. Like I was really excited about a lot of these grays going on in the face, and these real muted colors, and I just kept playing in that space, and that wasn't working out. I needed to pull the trigger on shifting the value up. And actually this is the sketch I started from. And there was a lot that I liked here, like in the chest area, like the way the lighting's hitting, and I tried really hard to preserve that, but that didn't work out. But I'm gonna try to get it back to that. I still know what I'm shooting for, which means I gotta drop this area down in value. So let's do that now. So anybody who's caught my streams in the past knows I paint in difference layers for the most part, and that can be tricky. Artifacts, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm supposed to be more regular with my streams, so that you don't have to feel lucky, though. But these last couple of weeks, I was sick, and I had New York Con the week before, and so just my schedule's all messed up. And in fact, this week I'm going to another convention, I'm going to Alex Con in Pennsylvania, and so I wanted to make sure at least I got one stream in before I went on that. But November should be a lot more steady going forward. I think I've worked it out. I'm going to be doing a weekly show, so once a week I'll be streaming my progress. Because any more than that, and I feel like I can't actually make the progress on work that I need. Like streaming takes a lot of focus, and so I have to work slower. So I'm probably gonna bring it up to a point like this and then stream it. So yeah, so here we go. So I got a black selected, which is not good. This black doesn't show up really in different layers. I kind of like this cool blue. They're gonna cool down this area here. But yeah, so the neat thing about difference, this is the reason why I love it, is because it looks like you're smearing paint. Like if you've already got like a painterly mark making approach, um, those textures will go a long way for you in difference, because they kind of activate weirdly. You know? But Artifact, sorry to hear you're sick, man. Get better. I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, so the difference I find it to be the most exciting. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because honestly, like, unless people have questions, but I talk about it all the time. It's how much I love this painting method. How's it going, Alan? Alan, I'm gonna set you to mod, man. So um, you can give me a hand with that. That would be super helpful. I know you're working right now, so you're probably just listening. That's fine. When you're done with work, though, text me and we'll get a Skype call going so you can kind of keep an eye on chat for me. We're only gonna be going for a few hours today. Yeah, again, this is kind of just hoping to get back into the rhythm of things. Um, yeah, I can boost my mic a bit. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get closer. Um, which is a little tricky because it's actually on my mouse side, but we'll be alright. My static is louder than you. Louder than me. Okay. Alright, I just increased the gain on my mic. I hope that's better. I don't want to go too far, because my air conditioner gets a little distracting on these streams, and I'm still working out how to kill that. You're welcome, Artifacts. I hope that helps everybody, actually. So, let's see. Where were we? Alright, so yeah, we cooled down this kind of area over here. I want to bring up this bit here. So something weird. Every so often, like, the opacity in my brush just drops to 40% for some reason. I don't know why that happens. Let's do that on another layer. I'm gonna try some stuff out. Yeah, I love that blue. Look at that blue. That is a very nice blue. I'm gonna soften that a bit. Kind of let the undercolor peek through just a little. So again, this is like a lot like oil painting, like you wipe away paint to show what's underneath, and so you can start to intentionally, populate your palette with really rich and vibrant color, which is why my paintings start out so poppy, because I want like these hot pinks and turquoises and shit to show through the neutral colors. And Tyler Walpole is the genius. So I was complaining earlier that I didn't want to stream today because like I was painting and I was really into this music I was listening to, and and I was like, fuck, I don't want to turn off my, because I haven't been able to figure out how to get that to not stream with me. And he goes, just use your phone for the music. I'm like, oh yeah. So that's pretty funny, and pretty genius. Next time for sure. All right, so this blue is not gonna stay. As much as I like this blue, it's not gonna stay blue because it's adding a little too much of that tone. Well, actually, let's try something. I haven't unified the values in quite a bit, so unified the color in quite a bit. So let's try that. This is a great way. Like every couple dozen layers, I'll do this because, like I said, the colors get crazy and really bright and poppy, and there's all that stuff I like. But then they start to clash after a point, and I think I just hit that point. So what I'll do is I'll throw a soft light layer in, just to kind of throw it in the same color space, and then I'll just find the right. Ooh, look at that. The value that works for it. The color that works for the whole piece. Oof. I don't know if that's it. It's got kind of a Magneto look right there. I kind of like this really hot, like summer jazz shit going. I'm gonna lower the opacity a bit, so it's not so intense. And then I'm gonna erase out um, some things I don't like. So like I don't like this. Oh, see, opacity down to 30. Again, I don't know why that happens. Ooh, that's not the right. Oh, actually, that's not bad. So, and this will let me kind of reinforce some of the things I want to show as well, because they'll be kind of framed in that cool blue. So yeah, there's some stuff happening here that I'm really happy about, and I mean, it's come a long way from the sketch, but there's still a lot of stuff to resolve. I still have to figure out. Like, I like the idea of this being black, this area down here, which is supposed to kind of be her like dress or gown or something. Um, so in the story, the gods throw a party, and she's not invited. And so what we've written is that she's out in the darkness plotting, a way to like get revenge for being excluded. So I like that her dress is kind of made out of darkness. Maybe I can put like a star field in there or something. That's actually not a bad idea. And 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 then the orb is again how she causes trouble. She makes this. It's actually a golden apple. She she gets this golden apple and inscribes on the side of it for the most beautiful, and she leaves it in the party. And the goddesses are just like, all right, well, which one of us is that? And no one wants to answer, and because who wants to piss off a goddess? Who wants to piss off any woman? But the Hermes decides a mortal should answer that question, and he finds young Paris sleeping among his flock. Oh, look at that! That came out great. To answer the question, and then all kinds of trouble ensues. But yeah, but you're right. So that's what this orb is down here. Is that the golden apple, which isn't painted up too far yet. And so the colors that I'm painting are actually directly from the image, the illustration from the book. It's I'm hoping that becomes. Well, it's not hoping. I mean, it's intentionally a throwback to the image of her in the first book. All right, so I kind of like this. I'm gonna start a new layer and start painting some more. And occasionally, I'll just like see what I have on the palette. You guys have seen me do that a couple times. I'll pick something out of there. It's always this really nice gray when I pull it out of that. Oh man, that's really nice. And like I can't plan for that, like that's totally, the spontaneity of this process. Mm, that might be a little much. I don't know. It feels like a little too much. I'm gonna erase that. I remember when I was first learning how to paint. Um, you get online, you start looking at how other people, other artists do it, and man, rim lighting was so cool. Like, and all of a sudden, you got this like cool thing happening. Um, but no, rim lighting is a real thing, but um, it's it's still a little tacky, in my opinion, because so many people used it, for everything. It's like a shortcut to like painting. Don't get me wrong, plenty of people used it um, really well. One person comes to mind is Daniel Santos. Oof, can that guy paint? And it's all traditional. Look, and it looks like super slick digital, but man, that guy's. Hey Adam, thanks for stopping by, man. So there's some stuff going on in this painting. It's funny, like like I'm super impressed by the way Dan paints, because his stuff looks digital, and I spend my time in digital painting trying to make it look as traditional as possible. It's funny how that happens. Well, not really. It's not like Dan and I are buddies or anything. I've never met the guy. um. I want to put my phone on do not disturb for your guys' sake, but I'm not going to because I'm actually waiting for a very important message. Man, I talked about doing the dot eyes, the Dave McKean eyes. I'm not that guy. I wish I was. Because like I've totally set the tone for that, like the palette, the eye socket, it's very McKeanish. But fuck, I can't pull that off. Adam can barely hear me at all. Let me increase the gain. I'm not sure what's going on. It sounded like Artifacts had the same problem, but it was better. But now Adam can barely hear me. Alright, so again, the gain is up. I tested this on I did a bunch of recordings testing my sound. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you saying that about the painting. I'm pretty happy with it so far. We'll see how it looks when it's finished. It wouldn't be the first time I ruined a painting. That's why I save in so many states. So this is state 5. Yeah. So let's. There always comes a point too where, amongst all the difference layers, I have to start putting down direct color. I have to, like, really think about what the color of this painting is. I really gotta, you know, pick and choose. I gotta pull the trigger on, you know, bringing up the value of stuff. So we'll try a little bit of that. See how it goes. That's too much. Nope, I like that dark. Alright, so This is always a good place to start putting in highlights as well. Though I don't really know if this yellow is right. Though I do like it there. Maybe on the chin as well. Just got a flash. She looks like fucking Chitara right now from Thundercats. With like the lighter maw. That's I'm not gonna be able to unsee that. So let's get a little more color in this thing. And I think I know why you're having a hard time hearing me, Adam. I occasionally, for some reason, will just start talking like I'm alone in my room and nobody can hear me, or hope nobody can hear me. So I'm whispering practically. So that might not actually be a technical thing. That might just be me being a shitty broadcaster. You have no idea how bad I just want to call this one done. This is the precipice. This is where this painting will start to feel a little overwhelming for me. And like normally when I'm not broadcasting, I'll just do this and stare at it for an hour. But I don't think you guys are gonna find that interesting. So I'm gonna stop zooming in and out and try to quickly assess what problems I can solve right now. Oh, you know what? Let's try that Starfield I mentioned earlier. I thought that might be a neat idea. That spider might be a little too much. Might need something a little. Oh, let's lower the opacity. Maybe it just needs to be. Oh no, that's disgusting. All right. Give me 1 second. Let's try splatter part 2. Splatter 1. No. So as you can tell, I have a lot of brushes. I think that's better. I don't always know where they are. So occasionally we'll see me struggling to find them. I don't know about this. No, this is no. I don't like that at all. Starfield is not gonna happen. No, definitely not. Okay. So what is this? This is nothing. Oh, that is still the wrong brush. Actually, one of my favorite brushes that I don't really get to use a lot digitally, but I do use traditionally quite often is the Brayer brush, which is just like a rubber roller, and like I'll draw with the edge of it and whatever, and it's always like this really neat texture. This one is a little laggy. Oh, but look what that does to that. If I really wanted to drop some white in here, I could. Look at that. You know, like do something with your crown. put all the color in there. Like that's a palette right there. That's a color scheme for any painting. And you can do that anywhere and find more and more color. But I'm getting distracted. I think what this piece needs right now is a little solidity. Maybe in her crown. It's like I think part of the trouble I'm having with her face right now is that like I kind of like the amorphous quality of it. I mean, she's supposed to be a goddess and ephemeral, and she in the book she's very abstract. And I kind of want to maintain a lot of that, but I think the viewer kind of needs some place to ground themselves, and like the obvious decision is to do that with your face. But I think I'm gonna do it with the crown. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's pick a color out of here. Yeah, that's it. Wow. The only thing about this brush is that it tilts, so I can actually get pretty calligraphic lines out of it. And this kind of reminds me when I used to do graffiti. I used to have a calligraphy cap that was pretty fun, if not totally fucking useless. Oh man, this thing's really tying in the blue down here too. There is some bit of the face I'm gonna have to flesh out. Like this area here needs to be modeled a little more. That whole area, because that's important information. Because whatever you see here, you're gonna translate as to being in this area. And if that's not reading right, this isn't gonna read right either. So we're gonna go in there and fix that shortly. But I want to have a little fun with this crown. Man, I feel like I'm just like smearing this on with like a palette knife or something, because like it's breaking in all kinds of really weird ways. Don't actually know what I'm doing with that. All right, let's solve the face issue, because that's what's driving me crazy right now. What is this for a brush? It's okay. See, it's already looking a little more modeled. We gotta get the chin in there. And faces have to come to a point. There's gotta be a point to them. And like this is a little too round. It's like she's got like a double chin or something. Just gave her a beard. Now it's still have the sniffles from when I was sick. Um, my nose itches, just driving me nuts. All right, Adam seems to be having really, really bad problems with the sound. Anybody else having that problem? Just show of hands. Let me check my noise gate. Actually, then, yeah, my noise gate is off, so it shouldn't be clicking in and out. You guys should be getting everything, including my shitty air conditioner. Valero says it's fine. Artifacts had some problems, and I raised my gain, and that was better. So Adam, I don't know. Maybe check your sound settings. I don't know. And like I spent an hour testing my sound today, so it really shouldn't be a problem. Try reloading the page. Oh, I needed to look away. Yeah, that helped a lot. So I kind of want some of this like cool blue in here, right? But I don't want to block out. I don't want to like wipe out everything that's happening in there. And this is again also where the difference layers come in handy. Now I'm just gonna kind of play a little bit and see what happens. So every so often with paintings, like I'll get to a point where I'm stuck and I don't know what to do next and whatever. And to shake it up, I'll like make some random marks or throw texture in or whatever, right? And usually that happens maybe once, maybe twice per painting. Now this one, it's happened like 5 or 6 times where I'm just like, huh, where do I go next? I think that comes from like there's so much of it I'm like I like but I'm not sure about, and I'm worried about siding with the side, with the side of me, the part of me that goes I like that, and then or the you know the part of me that goes yeah that's nice but it doesn't have nostrils like I really like the nose but it's not there, but I like this like smoky quality to it, like you could blow at her and her face will disappear. Let's see what this looks like. Swan. Yeah, but there's still some stuff that needs to be addressed on the nose. Like, it's a little too hot. And, because it's not modeled. Like, it's not modeled at all. There's no midtones. It was just like this. It was honestly just a place marker for where I was supposed to be painting the nose. It's just a little too hot. Let's cool that down with like a gray or something. Not more of that pink. It's red. Yeah. So what you just saw me do there, I needed a red. I was like, fuck, and I just couldn't find it, so I selected a green, and then selected the green, and then let the difference layer turn it back to red. Which is a little kind of a weird way to think about color in Photoshop, but whatever, it works. Like there's that green again, but I need it to be red, so we're gonna select it. It's still not gonna do what I need it to do. Doesn't always work. Green's nice though, right there. So obviously she has some sort of headdress on. Value-wise, that's already looking a lot better. So let's get back in here on this normal layer. That's not the normal layer. Oh, right. Okay, so here's an interesting thing about difference layers. If you have a normal layer beneath a difference layer, that normal layer will still function as a difference layer, just like halfway. So like it'll like pick up stuff that the difference layer is doing. So you gotta be really careful about what you're doing. Seeing like I select this orange, and it's not gonna. Well, that's because now it's actually on the. Ooh, but I found my red. Alright, but let's move on. Working backwards on layers, and this can be tricky, dangerous. Alright, so I need a softer brush. I'm gonna start building the value up in this nose. I gotta kind of squint my eyes at this thing, so I don't lose what I'm doing. If you guys do have any questions, you're welcome to ask. I might take a minute or two for me to notice that something's pop up on the screen. I know I'm a shitty broadcaster, but this is kind of what I need to do in order to. But still, please ask. I love questions. I do. So this is part of the direct painting I was telling you guys about. That sometimes you just have to you need to solve a problem like with your color, and you just really don't have time to fucking mess with the difference layers. Just paint it in. Just get in there and noodle it out. Make it look weird later. I forgot about this thing here. I'm glad I left it though. Alright, this needs something. did something I wasn't supposed to. Look at that. Heck. Gross. Still gross. Alright, I'm gonna go back to trying to, fix this thing. That is not the right color. No, it's too soon for that. It's too soon for that too. Fuck. See, opacity 40%. I don't know how it does that. Let's just get rid of that. Thank you, Sean D. I appreciate that. I've been a little quiet because I'm trying to work out this headpiece a bit. In the meantime, if you haven't already, throw me a follow. Follow me on Twitter, One Bad King. anyways, I'm gonna. In any case, thanks for tuning in. This is a lot more fun when there are people watching. So, thanks. I don't know how I feel about this. I want to try something real quick. I kind of want to widen her cheekbones a bit. I don't think this is gonna work, but that's kind of weird. And I'm just gonna erase out a lot of this layer. No, that's stupid. That was a waste of time. A lot of the problem I'm having with the face is I gave it this massive eye cavity, eye socket, and like that was working for me when I started. Because it gave her like this strangeness. I'm gonna peel this back for a second and see where I lost it. Here. Yeah. Right here. There's a lot I like here, which is why I kept going. But there is some stuff to resolve before I moved on. Okay, so let's do that. Look at that violet. I just want to fill this whole fucking painting with this color. Look at that. want to say I'm making mud, you know, but that's okay. God, look at that. You can't plan for that. You just can't plan for that. I feel like any color I put in that space is just gonna be delicious. Look at that. Look at that shit. Oh my god. Oh, glad you're getting better sound, Adam. I'm also very glad it wasn't me. um, I don't know what this is, what's happening with this area. I feel inclined to leave it though. Yeah, maybe soften it a bit in some places. But God, that's just so much. Like, I just can't do it. I feel that's gonna take the painting direction I don't want it to be in. But that, that's painting. Like you push it as far as you can, and you pull back when you have to. So like there was some stuff I really liked about that. Like that area I just painted in. Um, so I'm gonna put a little bit back in. And yeah. Let me get some of that red in here. So I love this brush because it's fucked up. Because so like you see here, you have these weird striations, these weird lines. That's the brush, right? And I could fix that, but I don't want to because, god damn, I love it. All right, I gotta let my dog in one moment. Good girl. Yeah, so the brush is like totally borked, but I kind of love that about it. And what else I really love is this fucking red. So at some point I'm gonna have to cool all this shit down, right? And make a real painting. Oh, I think, yeah, there we go. I think what I'm gonna do is, get rid of this stuff here. I think having her arms there's so little information about her arms. There's really no point in putting it in. So I like this. We'll frame her in the darkness, which is narratively appropriate. Yeah, yeah. Let's give her some eyebrows. Yeah. The unibrow. It's Frida Kahlo all of a sudden. Holy shit. That was a total accident. I'm not gonna do that again because that felt disparaging, and I would not want to do that because Frida Kahlo is amazing. Adam, that's awesome, man. Shape of Content is a great book. I'm actually gonna I read it every few months just to kind of refresh myself. It's super short. you're gonna get through it pretty fast, and it's gonna rock your world. That was, sorry. Yeah, it's a great book by Ben Shahn. It talks about the content of art and making the content of art. There's a little bit in there about being an art student as well, which is refreshing. Because if it, yeah, I'm not gonna try to recap it or anything, but if you can get your hands on it, definitely read the book. Yeah, what most people don't realize is that Ben Shahn is kind of the most influential artist, illustrator that's ever lived. Like his language for content is ubiquitous in all forms of art, and nobody knows it. Well, very few people know it. I can't even really recognize it, but it's like because it's language, you know. But yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, okay. So Adam just got. It's like I figured. Yeah, that's right. It starts with the being in school part, and it is fucking intense. It's like you kind of just want to go and just stare out of a window and just ponder that. But then you get right back to drawing. You feel better. You read the rest of the book, and it's great. Um, yeah, I love that book. Um, Adam did okay. Good. I'm glad that this wasn't just me, because I read that while I was in art school, and I was just like, "Fuck!" It actually contributed to me taking a year off. Like I read that part and I was just like, that makes so much fucking sense. I don't know how I can justify doing my last year of school at this point. So I was like, I quit, I dropped out. And then a year went past. My buddies were graduating, and yeah, it's just like, you know what? Art school's not really about learning how to be an artist. Nope. It's about the experience of going to college. That's all art school's for. And learning some cool stuff about art, but like you're not gonna come out a fully formed artist from art school. That's what I learned in the end. And once I modified my perspective on art school, that last year was a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, like most 90-year-old artists, it's like that's the thing. Like, oh man, I just lost total focus here. That's totally the thing. Is that the older artists realize that because like you go to art school and 4 years go by and you're like, man, I learned so much and I feel ready and I'm gonna start getting work and everything's great and I feel like I'm on the path to mastery, right? But then 90 years go by, or 60 years go by, right? And you're 90 years old and you're like, man, I learned so much that what I learned, so much in my life that what I learned in art school is a drop in the bucket. It means nothing, you know. If you shift your perspective to that, like imagine yourself as a 90-year-old artist, and you go, all right, well, things are really hard, were hard when I was 20, like who gives a shit? Like, you're 90 now, like none of that matters, Think about what you're gonna learn in the next 60 years, and you realize what you've learned in the last 5 is fucking nothing, That's actually what keeps me going. It gets me excited and keeps experimenting because I'm just like, fuck, if I can fill the next 60 years with, learning and making and, all this cool stuff, when you get there, you're going to look back on your life and you won't even remember art school, it won't really matter. Okay, alright, Artifacts, I don't know how old you are, I get that, but Adam, you're a baby. You're like 21, man, alright? I don't even want to hear you say you feel like you're 90. Don't get me wrong, you're a mature 20, but you are not 90. Um, get divorced and then talk to me. That'll put some gray hairs in you on your head. But yeah, you're a fucking baby, Adam. Don't get me wrong. It's great to be young and a baby. I mean, realistically, I'm young too. I'm 35. Um, and I honestly, I would much rather be a baby than a 90-year-old. Like fuck that, man. I don't care how old I am. I'm gonna be a kid. Yeah, Adam. Anybody you marry, um, when you're in your 20s is, you know, like that's tricky. Like, I got married really young. I was in my 20s when I got married. Um, and we lasted a while, but we were together for married for 10 years. Yeah, Artifacts, happy early birthday. But yeah, yeah. No, but that, you know, like I honestly don't think that anybody really knows who they are till well into the 30s at least. Um, I know that I am not the person I was. Man, look at that black. Look how rich that is. Look how rich that is. I'm not the person that I was when I was 22 when I got married. I'm not that person anymore. She wasn't that person either. It's ultimately the problem. What layer? It's a normal layer. All right, so enough of this introspective. See, man, Adam, you see what that book does? You see, like, it's poison, man. Everybody's just gonna be like questioning their life choices, and man, Twitch is not the place for that. I mean, or it could be. I mean, that could be my hook. I'm still new at this, and be like, go to Bad Kingdom, subscribe, and you will, question life for about 3 hours while I paint and make mud. They say never paint with black, but man, look at that black. That's fucking pretty. And again, there's like a weird Magneto-ish thing going on here. So we're gonna erase some of this out. Lately, just kind of dust it away. Look how that got knocked back. Everything's just much more mellow now. Oh man, I'm starting to hate this painting. I think it means I'm almost done. Let's dust a little more of this color. A little more of that back in there. Man, I am a fucking terrible painter. Holy shit. This was not a good idea. Why am I still doing this? I'm literally glazing my painting black. Like, that's a good idea. Fuck. Oh god, that's awful. What have I done? Yeah, not done. I'm not done when I hate it. I'm done when it's not interesting anymore. Um, Usually I take a break when I hate it. Like, I'll let it sit for a day. I'll go back and figure out why I hate it. Um, And right now I'm starting to hate this one. But I'm not gonna quit on you guys. I appreciate you tuning in, so I want to make sure you get at least a few hours of me punishing myself. Okay, this block is continually a bad idea. I think we need to get a little red in it. Oh, that's probably why it's so fucking rich. There it is. It would also help if I had coffee. I am jonesing hard for a fix right now. Oh. Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a lot of the problem with streaming this, because so much of my process is just like trying shit and then erasing it. And I really hope you guys find that interesting, because that's not going to change. This isn't like me like, oh, I'm a newbie streamer and I'll get better at this. I mean, I am and I will, but that's not going to affect the way I paint, unfortunately. Man, as much as I love that black, it's got to go. It's just not working. I'm going to save that for later, though. But I did manage to find a pretty interesting red in that experiment, which we're going to play with a little bit. Okay, so that widens her face. You know, Artifacts, I believe it, buddy. Coffee is life, man. Coffee is life. I think I have a cup of cold coffee on my desk. Oh, I like what that just did. I'm definitely gonna drink this cold coffee. I added something somewhere. Oh no, I didn't add it. That's been there since the beginning, huh? Yeah, okay. Coffee. It's what's for breakfast. Alright, that was awful. I won't do that again. I'm also trying to be a little entertaining, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good at that either. Is this an ad now? Yeah. I forgot to plug the brand of coffee because I don't actually know what's in there. But yes, I was paid handsomely for that little plug. Actually, I should. Oh man, that would be great if Books a Million sponsored the channel, because I was plugging books and their coffee. Is that a thing I can do on Twitch? Like, get someone to sponsor my shit? Because I will get on that hard if. That would be amazing. All right, I think. My painting teacher, George Pratt, used to tell me all the time, when you're lost in the woods, be bold. I think it's time, because I'm a little lost in the woods. Yes, Adam, I will be at IlixCon for the whole 5 days. I am not tabling. Thank God. I really just want to go and have fun. Um, and so I'm getting in Wednesday afternoon. So I'll miss the beginning, but I've never been so excited for a convention in the entirety of my life. It's gonna be great. You going? Cool. Well, too bad. We'll see you next year for sure. I mean, unless I have a terrible time and decide not to go again, in which case you're missing your only chance to be berated by me in person. Oh, you know what I want to do? This is always fun. I'm doing this only because it's fun, not because it makes a good painting. My dog just farted. It smells fucking gross in here. Smell the inside of her ass. It's disgusting. You guys don't want to hear about that. So we're getting really close to just completely losing my face here. That's okay. Anything we can do, we can knock back. We'll paint back in, which is probably the better thing to do. Start making some decisions about this piece. Oh, fuck, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. Alright, I need the right brush for this. Which is like the shittiest shitty brush on the planet. Fuck it. I'm gonna give that a shot. Yeah, Adam, what kind of dog are you sitting? I got a Great Dane. So the inside of her ass smells like, you know, an inside of a human ass, because it's about the same size. So, again, you guys don't want to hear that. I don't know why I'm talking about that. That's fucking awful. gonna try something stupid here. That's a great mix of dogs. I bet that's a pretty dog, man. I had a Sharpei Chow mix that was just gorgeous. Um, this is the ugliest thing I've ever painted. There's that fucking... There's gotta be a color I can put in there that makes sense. Nope. Oh, it's 4 dogs. Oh, I was like, okay. So Chow Husky is pretty cool. Red Nose Pit is a great looking dog too. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, my Sharpei Chow mix was a rescue. I love rescuing dogs. I think that's the only way. Though my Great Dane is purebred, but I don't think I'd ever get another non-rescue dog again. Oh God, what have I done? This has just become a fucking hot mess. This is the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, I'm just not that dude. I can't pull off that dot eye. I gotta change this color here. This is not acceptable. Looks like puke. Alright, I haven't saved in about an hour, so I'm gonna save now. Let's peel this bitch back and see where I went wrong. See, that was, up to that point, it was kind of exciting. I think this is it. I blame that stupid eye. I still like this earlier state. Let's do a little mixing and matching. See if I can see some stuff. That's not bad, that red. That's not good. That's not good. That's awful. See, a layer should stand up on its own. And like that contributes nothing. So let's get deleted. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think we made some stuff and we tried some stuff out, and ultimately it just wasn't working. So, but there's still some stuff to retain. So what I'm doing is I'm going through all the information we just put up and see if anything is worth keeping. And some of it has been, which is good. So it wasn't a total fucking waste. There's something about this that I really like, but a lot that I don't. I keep turning off a layer I don't mean to. No, I just softened it, that's why. Okay. Oh, alright, so that's a big clue. I don't even know why I turned that off. That's pretty nice. Alright, I'm gonna try something real quick. It's my go-to, not fix, but reset button. Suddenly that's looking a little better. What the hell did I just turn on? So I think part of the problem that I'm having, or was having, was that I kept trying to cool this painting down. You know, I kept trying to like, well, oh man, these oranges and these yellows and these greens are just too hot, 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 hot. But fuck it, I think that's the point. Because all of a sudden, some of the decisions I was going to keep are looking better with this hot, hot glaze. Like the forehead thing, like that wasn't working before, but I like it now. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a bit actually. That's still shit, but there's some value to this. Hold on. Yeah, that's turning the form a little more. It's feeling a little more like paint now too. Our values are sticking as well. There's something to that too. Fuck, I think I want to put hands in here. Okay. I think I think that was productive. Actually, there's a bit I want to erase. I just need to find the layer. Oh man, let me try something real quick. That distractions. Oh fuck. I'm gonna have to consider that. I already forgot what I was doing. I think it's time for some direct painting. No, maybe not. Hmm. Yeah, I gotta deepen some of these blacks. Help her silhouette a little more. She makes a little more of a statement. This is kind of like portrait as a graphic symbol. Let's start cutting into this just a little bit. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you stopping by. See you next time, man. So, while this looks nothing like, I don't know what this painting looked like when I started, I'm still fairly happy with the direction it's going. Still not tight enough to call finish. And there's still quite a few things to work out. I'm gonna get some of that green in here. I don't even know why, I just do. I don't know if you guys can see it because resolution on Twitch, but I'm painting in chromatic grays into these black, which kind of helps activate them a bit and gives this thing a little more form. I don't know, does that make sense? Not really. Does that make sense? Not really. I did lose something this is what I just remembered what I forgot to deal with. There's supposed to be like a band of fabric that got covered up here, coming from her headdress. I'm gonna attempt to paint that back in. And there was all this neat little detail in there too. Like I jumped the gun on that. that's why it got painted over, was because I did it too soon. Like I had a good idea, and I was just like, oh yeah, let me do this now, and then it really didn't work out. That is very much not the right color. I think maybe I want it on this side. What do you guys think? I don't know what I'm supposed to ask, but you know, I think it adds like a nice direction there. Yeah, it's not bad. It might not be the right color, but you can always change the color later. That's definitely not difficult. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I like this. Those shadows are definitely on the wrong side. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a keeper. I think that's gonna stay just the way, um, just this way. Problem is I don't know how I arrived to this pink. I don't quite remember. That's close. So it was a yellow. Yeah, there it is. All right, so it's 4:16. I'm gonna take a quick break, I really need to stand up and get some water and stretch my legs. So I'm gonna do that. And in the meantime, I hope you guys will stick around. I've got probably another after the break, another half hour of painting, and like I said, I hope you guys stick around to see this. It's not gonna be finished today, but it should be good for the next stream. Um, in the meantime, if you guys haven't done so already and would like to, go ahead and give me a follow. And if you've already followed, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm on um, Twitter as well as One Bad King. All one word, no spaces, no underscores, nothing. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. Thanks for the heads up. I mute my mic so you don't hear me talking to my dog. So yeah, what I was saying was, there's an earlier, like the earlier state, like it feels like a different painting. You know, like there's a lot of this that I really, really like, and some stuff that I don't like. Okay, I wasn't liking the flare of the helmet here. You know, it felt like Thor's helmet or something, like something an Asgard would wear, or I don't know. And you know, part of me likes it. You know, it's just there's some associations I don't want to make with that piece, with that bit of the painting, and there's stuff that I really, really like, which is this here, the face, which I just copied into the other file, because again, like there's just something about it that just has an attitude, and fuck. So that I feel like is maybe working out a little better. This little copy paste I just did. Um, yeah, I kind of I kind of really like that. Um, hmm. All right, so that was a good decision, I think. At least one that I'm pleased with. I don't know if anything I do is a good decision, but I do like that I was able to kind of keep that bit of the painting. Yeah. All right, I feel good about that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna fuck with these ribbons a little bit. Difference is my favorite layer, obviously, but for making fabric specifically, because like it does, you know, the texture stuff it does is weird, and texture is weird. Like the fabric's weird when you look at it. You know, it's weird. Like there's all kinds of color variation in fabric that a lot of people don't immediately recognize. You know, because they're just looking at it. You know, but if you really examine fabric, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens. Again, I'm sorry that my phone is booping and bopping all over the place, but I'm working on a Kickstarter project, so I'm taking messages from my writer right now, just like ideas and that kind of thing, and he just throws them in the chat, and I really like what he's coming up with. Yeah, artifacts. Good luck with the 4 hours of Inktober. This is part of the reason why I don't do Inktober. I don't like schedules that are not my own, and Inktober is an external schedule. However, I did mention the possibility of me sitting down and doing 30 drawings on the last day of October as a fuck it, I'll jump on the bandwagon kind of thing. I might still do that because when I think about it, it actually sounds like a lot of fun. But the whole keeping a daily sketch thing, you know, I just can't do it. Like, as much as I love for 100% of my job to be, you know, painting and drawing, it's not. There's a lot of paperwork and writing, editing, stuff you guys don't really care to see. But good luck with October, man. You have a website? Like, throw me your Instagram link. I like you're always talking about your drawings. I don't think I've ever actually seen them. You know, throw me a Nightbot might actually slam you down. Oh man, Alan's over here quoting me again. It's not cool, man. I don't know if he's even still here, but dude, chill out with that. Yeah. No, yeah, and it is a challenge. That it is a challenge. You know, I agree, and there's so much value to leaping into challenges like that, and um, succeeding. Like you can say shit. I did Inktober. It's like running with the bulls. Like shit. In 2016, I did fucking Inktober. Um, and and that's great. But I'm always worried that I'm just gonna disappoint anybody who's looking. Not that anybody I think would even be looking. Like I don't know. There's so many great Inktober posts. Don't waste your time with my shit. Or do please. Sorry. Wait, I don't have any Inktober drawings, so I can't really help you with that. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to painting. Right, I was gonna futz with the ribbons, and I got distracted. Alright, Artifacts, I'm gonna look you up. Dubrovskis. Hey man, these are pretty good. These are very good, dude. I mean, don't get your hopes up. These are great. Man, I'd love to see you do a comic, like with all this like weird, mad scientist stuff. This stuff is great. I see you're painting too. Shit, dude. I just threw you a follow. Good stuff, man. Oh. Occasionally, I'll just discover stuff that should be there. Oh yeah, that's right. This shadow shape is supposed to be there. This highlight is supposed to be there. I have this thing I tell my students: the human body only works one way, right? With infinite variations. And I like to think that's true, and not just me being a pretentious asshole. But odds are I'm just being a pretentious twat. It's too dark. I lost sight of what fucking layer I was painting on. This is not a good, not good. I wish Photoshop wouldn't revert my layer selection when I undo. Like that just seems wholly unnecessary and distracting. It's this whole other step I gotta fucking deal with. Just to get back onto the right layer. That's mud. So in the book, Eris is purple, which is why the early state is purple. Like a lot of the characters are defined or are designated by a color, and I'm losing a lot of that in this. So I think I need to try a little harder to get it back in. So let's see what we can do. Let's go to my favorite layer. Let's pick a nice hot orange, which should result in a pretty fantastic violet. If not, we'll pick out the violet. It's a little too blue. We need to go more yellow. Nope. There we go. Oh shit, did you see that? Oh fuck. Alright, we're gonna explore that a bit. This might actually solve some of my problem with being tonally inaccurate. Yeah, everything's a big fucking experiment with me, I swear. Like, I just... This is... So this is the thing that scares me about Twitch, right? Like, for the most part, when people see my work, they go, "Oh, this guy knows what he's doing," right? He knows what he's doing. He has a grasp of whatever it is he's, you know. But it's me. It's really me, just like sliding down a banister, hoping that I can stay on till the end. Because like it's all improvised. You know, it's all like, you know, by the seat of my pants. And you know, I like to exude an air of confidence, you know, every so often, but like, that becomes more and more difficult as my process becomes more and more public. Twitch has been very. You're gonna see me cry a lot on Twitch, I think. Yeah, probably quite a bit. I don't like this one. I want to break the picture plane with these a little bit. Oh man, I'm getting tired. And these guys who stream games all day, I mean, they're real champions. This is not easy. And you know, I'll watch like a Destiny stream or something every so often, and I'll just like, man, these guys have been going for like 10 fucking hours. You know, that shit is not easy. You know, and like I'm in pretty good shape. I mean, you know, I've got some fab on me, sure, but I box 5 times a week. You know, like endurance is not a problem I have. But this is fucking exhausting. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it, artifacts, you know? Like, maybe this, because, like, you have to kind of be in a certain mental state to paint or to make art. And I can't say that I've ever been able to, or have found that mental state useful with playing video games. With the exception of Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4, like, I'm meditative, like, I'm in a trance, you know? It's like making art. Not that I'm any good at it, but I'm not terrible either. And but but like I couldn't, I don't think I'd have to think so hard while playing co-op. But actually, I don't know, cause like those pro players, they like they know their shit. It's not fun and games for them. It's work. And the same's true for artists. So I think it's still equally exhausting for them to do streams, because like they're invested in what they're doing. Like it's for a lot of them it's their job, or it's the career they want the most. So yeah, those guys are fucking champions. And sit there and play games at a very high level. That's it. Because like nobody wants to watch a stream of like a shitty Call of Duty player. And like that doesn't sound interesting at all. Just watching somebody die or something. So to be able to play at a high level, while hosting a show and keeping track of like your equipment and no, I those guys are champs. But yeah, but after this, I'm going to the fucking gym. Getting punched in the head for an hour is much easier than this. Well, I think I succeeded in getting the purple back in this piece. Yeah, so this show's gonna be weekly. I know when I first started, I was really excited, and I'm still excited. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't really understand the toll, the energy cost to do this. I wasn't ready for that, and so I was doing like a 4-hour stream with Pete, and then breaking for 2 hours, and then doing a 4-hour stream for myself, and like that killed me. It was too much. Like I slept the whole next day. Like because and I couldn't work the next day. I couldn't paint. It was just too much. So I thought about it realistically, and I think that once a week, like a good few hours, 3 to 5 hours, just painting, whether that's digitally or traditionally. Again, it'll be different, with some shorter stuff mixed in. Like I don't know about the short stuff, because like a lot of what makes Twitch work is that is like access. It's like having access to your streamers at all times. So like that's why they stream. Like the game channels will stream for 10 hours, because like they need that much time to kind of net viewers. So like I want to do short ones, but like I don't know if there's real value to that for Twitch watchers, for the audience. I mean, I could sketch for 3 hours, but like even I'll get bored of that. So but it's gonna be a weekly show. It's gonna be Mondays. Every Monday, I will be broadcasting progress on painting. It may not be the same painting every week. Like honestly, like there's a good chance that I'm gonna have at this piece again tomorrow. I can't say that I'm gonna be willing to stream, because like, I want to get to a point where I can finish it, and I think I need to focus for the finish. But like I've mentioned repeatedly, I do love streaming, and I want to give you guys content. But I think once a week for now is the right amount for me. Yeah. So, let's see where are we? So I'm liking the middle finish of this. Like this, like it feels meaty, but I think it's time to start Man, my nose is just dripping here. It's time to start making some statements about light. Um, and just like, finishing the piece. Um, so what I might do actually is, so if I end up finishing this piece before the next stream, I'll start the next stream with catch up. I'll show you guys at the very least the layers that I made from the last state you saw it in. So you at least get to see that. So yeah, alright, we've got about 8 minutes. I might duck out early because I think I need to let this kind of simmer a bit. Because I have this idea that, but let me just try it real quick. See, this is always the thing with artists. It's just like, just one more thing. Let me just try this one more thing. Like, this starts to feel more like a helmet if I can get some light on it, That might be something to explore. I'm gonna save there, and I'll see you guys next week. Next Monday, 2 p.m. I think that's a fair time. It gives me about 4 hours before I go to boxing. Yeah, artifacts. Take care of the wrist. Jiu-jitsu that's a very hand grab intensive sport. My girlfriend does jiu-jitsu. And she's a beast at it. She's just really, really talented at it. And but her hands are always hurting, and she has to take long breaks from it because of that. Yeah. Thanks so much for stopping by. I will have fun getting punched in the face, Artifacts. Thanks for the well wishing. This is Bad Kingdom. Thanks a lot, guys.